So in this video, we're going to discuss about futures pricing and the concept of arbitrage in the futures context, and how does that ensure that the price of a future stays where it is, or the price of a future could be found. Right now, to understand that, we do need to understand what is the concept of arbitrage first. Uh, the term arbitrage essentially means that there is a possibility of making free money. When we say free money, this is essentially riskless money. So you're getting money for free, you're getting money without taking any risk for getting that money. In real life, there is rarely a situation where you would get money without taking a risk for it, especially in the investment world. In the investment world, risk will, in a sense, define what your return is going to be. If you perceive the risk to be higher from a particular instrument, you will expect a higher return there. Think of it this way: if a bank is giving loan to two entities A and B, the interest rate that the bank will charge may differ both for A and for B, and the difference in interest rate would basically be a factor of what is the perceived risk of A and B by the bank, right? So technically there is no riskless money that is available in real world. We will see how this concept defines the pricing of a particular instrument, such as futures or forwards, in the derivatives world, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. This is the topic we are looking at. We've already looked at hedging, speculation, etc. Primary usage for our understanding purpose of corporates in financial management is of futures for hedging, but we do need to understand how does the price of a future contract get arrived at, right? So let's turn the discussion towards that, and let's understand how do we arrive at the future pricing, right? Theoretically, remember, theoretically, if I'm buying rice at a price of rupees 90 per kg 2 months from now, I need to secure an enough amount of money, right? So the keyword is enough money today, so that I could invest in the risk-free rate or whatever is the interest rate at this point of time to be able to buy this at 90 rupees after 2 months. Now, assuming the monthly interest rate to be 1%, how much do I need after? So this is time t equals to 0. This is time t equals to 1 month. This is time t equals to 2 months. I need 90 rupees here. If I am the buyer in our earlier contract, I need rupees 90 here. Now, assuming a monthly interest rate of 1%, this, remember, is the future value. I need to find the present value of this 90 2 months ago. If I have this amount of money, the PV of 90 today, then this invested at 1% for 2 months should give me 90 rupees. And that should ensure that I will be able to honor the contract, right? So how do I find the present value of 90? That's straightforward. I take the future value and divide by, so future value divided by 1 plus r raised to the power time. Monthly interest rate is 1%. Remember the compounding principle? Based on the compounding frequency, we derive at the monthly interest rate and then just take it to the power of whatever number of interest periods are there, right? This would work out to be rupees 88.22. Right? So if I have rupees 88.22 today and I can invest it at monthly intervals of invest this for monthly interest rate of 1%, I should be able to buy rice at 90 rupees a kg 2 months from now, right? So the money I need to ensure that I can buy the contract is 88.22, right? 88.22 when multiplied by 1 plus r to the power 2 months will give me 90, right? Now, the concept of how much interest you will be getting on this money, or how much money do you need to have it here, this rate r is commonly referred to as cost of carry in this case. Why? Is because you're carrying this money for that period, right? Now, that's the premise of how the futures pricing or forwards pricing works. Now, let's understand this concept in a little bit more detail. Let's generalize it now. So if the price of Infosys shares today is 1,000 and you find that interest rate to borrow money in the market is 8%, then the 1 year future contract, 1 year, remember, future contract should trade at the future value of this money. Now we're looking at 1 year and we're looking at future price is current price, which is 1,000 into 1 plus 8%. That's the annual rate raised to the power t. That's the multiplication factor. That should be the price of the future contract on Infosys. If this does not hold for some reason, whatever reason it does not hold for, there is some free money on the table to be made, right? So if this principle, this would work out to 1080. If 1080 does not hold, then there is a possibility that you will make riskless money. Let's see how. Right, so we will have to kind of decode it, understand it as we go along, that if this contract price formula does not hold, how does arbitrage come into the picture? Assume that the price of Infosys shares today is 1,000. Now we are in a market and there are two, and so today's price is given as rupees 1,000, and we are saying there are two parties, A and B, who are willing to get into a future contract of rupees 1100, which means A says that A will buy Infosys from B at 1100. This is the guy who's buying the future. This is the guy who's selling the future contract, which means they are agreeing that they will transact Infosys at 1100. That's the market rate of the future contract. So we are saying the future price is rupees 1100. What do we see the interest rate? The interest rate in the market is 8%, right? Now, if you buy this contract today at 1100, you could buy the Infosys share at 1100 1 year from now. If someone sells this contract today, she could sell the share at 1100 1 year from now. Look at the position of A and B. A will be able to buy at 1100, B will be able to sell at 1100 1 year from now. As per our theoretical questioning or the formula, the pricing should not have been 1100. What should that price have been? As per our theoretical construct, the pricing should have been 1080. So theoretical price of the contract is 1080. Actual price, what do we observe the actual price? That's 1100. Right? Now actual price is higher than the theoretical price, right? Typically in the context of arbitrage, remember the concept that the higher priced instrument is to be sold. Right? Now let us see if free money can be made. Right? So we'll try and understand how free money can be made. We are saying that the spot price is at 1,000. That's the current price of Infosys. We are saying that the future price is at 1100. Now either one of these, theoretically speaking, as per our formula, is wrong. If this is 1000, the future price should be 1080, and if this is 1100, the future price should be slightly higher. This probably will be 1120 or somewhere around that, approximately 1020, sorry, approximately 1020 or something around that. That should be the scenario. One of them is wrong, and logically the lower priced one should go higher and the higher priced one should go lower, right? So how do we make free